So, here we are in the SU-122-54. This is a Tier 9 Russian tank destroyer on the Object 263 line, and this happens to be the first Tier 9 that I ever earned in World of Tanks Blitz over 9 years ago. So I have a lot of experience in this vehicle, although I have not played it a lot recently. I've probably played it maybe 10 times this year, and we're in August. So I really haven't played it a lot recently, as I've been grinding other lines and as I've earned other tanks and things like that. So this tank is very, very good if you know how to play it, because it has the second highest damage per minute in the entire game. Higher than all of the Tier 10 tank destroyers. In fact, I think higher than all of the Tier 10 tanks in general, and only behind the British Tier 9 tank destroyer, the Tortoise. It's got decent enough armor and decent enough mobility to make it work. Really, the downsides here are the gun depression, which is not good at all, and the fact that this vehicle does not have a turret. So you can see I missed my first shot on the Grilla there as it was driving at full speed. I just did not give the Grilla enough lead, and so that shot ends up missing. But I do get a shot in on the SDP there as it tries to go through that next gap. I get a shot on the Grilla, and I'm going to do something here. First of all, I'm playing this bush really well. I'm not getting spotted here. Second of all, I'm going to get spotted right there as the T100 comes around and as the SDP was a little bit closer. But second of all, I am trying to avoid any return shots by playing really close to this rock and trying to limit the amount of enemies that can see me at any one time. Now, I did poke out there and take a shot from, I believe it was the E100, but I felt that it was worth it in that time in order to try and get the kill on the Lorraine, which I did. Eliminating an enemy gun is always going to be something that you want to consider. I thought in that situation it was worth the risk. I was talking earlier about this gun and how good it is, and you're going to see that again here. Shortly, I'm going to be able to get an opportunity to shoot this E100, which is currently still on full health. And you're going to be able to see just how strong the penetration is on this vehicle, as we're going to see an angled E100 turret, and I'm going to still be able to shoot through the side armor of the turret here. So, right as that is, I believe it's this next shot. Maybe I'm mistaken there. Oh well. But you can see that there's a bounce on the T22 medium, or from the T22 medium. And now what I'm going to see here is I see my E75 teammate, and I see the T57 Heavy and the Rhinoceronte both pushing to the left, so I'm going to push right. I want to trap this T22. I don't want him to be able to escape. But I also know that the Progetto was going this way, so there's a risk that the Progetto will be around the corner. And so I try and prepare myself for that, but no need as he's not there. I'm going to push up as the T22 makes a smart play, sees me alone, and tries to push into me. That is the right play from the T22. And I knew that it was a risk that I was taking, but I thought it was worth it. And the T22 would have gotten away, but unfortunately for him, runs into the rock there, and that allows me to shoot him again, and then a teammate to come clean up. Now I've got just the Progetto left. I'm up to 3,600 damage very quickly and without much fanfare, which again goes to just show how the 6-second reload and 450 or so average damage of this gun really adds up fast if you can keep the gun firing. So I'm going to push around on the Progetto, who did spot me but doesn't seem to be aware that I might be coming this way, and so they're not going to react until I really pop up next to them. So there's 451, that's a pretty good damage roll. 433, could go either way. I'm going to fire into the side armor and not get the kill, but then the burn will finish off the Progetto, the engine fire there as I bounce another shot from the Progetto. And so again, it was just a pretty simple game, nothing too crazy here, but trying to keep one enemy in front of me at a time, trying to keep the gun firing, and trying to use bushes to my advantage when I could, and I rack up 4,500 damage and 3 kills in the SU-122-54, earning a mastery badge, so earning myself 80,000 credits. Get for a mastery badge pretty easily. So this is a tank that I consider looking into. It's very strong, and I hope you have a great day.